Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of SuperCast from CTCon 2015. With me is one of the Secret Identity podcast creators. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to do the interview.
So, you just had a panel. Did you have any favorite moments in it?
I think my favorite moment was that people showed up to the panel. So, you know, when you do the first panel of the day at a show as big as this, you're always worried about who's going to show up. But we had an almost full to capacity room, and it was a great audience. They asked great questions, and I love talking about podcasting, so it worked out perfect.
All right. Now, I'm not familiar with your podcast, so I want to ask you, how long have you been around?
Sure. We have been around since March of 2006, which sort of puts us back in the early days of comic book podcasting. Our show is Secret Identity. We have put out, we just put out our 675th episode, I believe.
Nice.
But we've done over 700 altogether, about 1,500 hours of podcasts, and we've been doing it for a long time, mostly about comics. We interview a lot of comic creators. We also have a website, secretidentitypodcast.com, where we do reviews and we talk about shows that we've been to, so there'll be plenty of stuff up about CTCon and stuff like that. But yeah, we've been around for about 10 years now, seen a lot of shows, done a lot of shows, and it never gets old, and especially the panels. The panels are super fun.
Do you have a favorite interviewee?
That is a good question. I was just talking about Dan Slott. I think one of my favorite interviews that I've done with someone is with Dan Slott, who is the writer of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He is a phenomenal guy. He absolutely loves Spider-Man, and I grew up as a lifelong Spider-Man fan. So for me, it's always a joy whenever I get to talk to him, because I know that he loves Spider-Man as much as I do, and you could see that in his writing. So he was great. And then there is an editor for Marvel by the name of Bill Roseman, who edited a lot of the cosmic stuff that really made Guardians of the Galaxy popular again. You know, when they did the Annihilation stuff a few years ago with Marvel. He is another guy who was super passionate about what he was doing and just a joy to interview.
So, one last question, and
Sure.
it's about Spider-Man. How do you feel about his approach into the movie screen with the Avengers?
So I'm very happy that Spidey is going to be in the mainstream Marvel Cinematic Universe. I am a fan of Sam Raimi's Tobey Maguire trilogy, even though the third one is very flawed. I'm a huge Sam Raimi fan because I'm a horror fan. I'm an Evil Dead guy, so I'm a huge Raimi and Tobey Maguire fan. I liked the last two movies, but they're not my favorite. Very interested to see what they do now. I'm just glad Spidey's getting into the Marvel Universe.
Me too.
Because to me, he has always been their flagship character, so there was always something missing without him being a part of that bigger picture.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me. Have a great time at the show.